Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. My name's Alison and today I'm here with Leo.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to share with you the wonderful wishing well. So today we've got the wishing well here. Oh my word, look at these.
They are so cute.
I love them.
I do too. And I think the part that I love the most is the fact that they actually do work as well. You can twist the little bucket up and down.
Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
Super cute.
Should we have a look at the die set first?
Let's have a look at this. This is a jam-packed die set for this one. So you've got your main construction pieces. You've got the side panels. You've got your roof down here, the side of the base, and the rest of the roof. But then you've got so much decorative stuff in here. All of these little flowers and leaf stems. You've got two different types of ivy.
I love the ivies because they go in different directions.
Yes, exactly. So you can see the two different ones there going in different ways. So you can really make like a nice sort of build it up, a nice trail of ivy up your wishing well or whatever else you want to use your ivy on.
But these can be your card making as well.
Absolutely. With all of these little elements, you could really make some very pretty cards with it.
Certainly could.
And then you've got all of your decorative panels as well. So you've got sort of two main designs. You've got like this stone or rock effect. So you've got your side panels on your roof, and then you've got this trellised effect as well, which you can then also repeat on the roof.
So you've got your traditional stone built, and you've got your wood built windmill. I was going to say that.
No,
it's not a windmill.
wishing well.
It is a wishing well, honest. You haven't got a windmill.
Next. Toby, if you're listening.
Oh, well, you never know. You never know. So, other than the wishing well, this makes a stunning little gift box. So if I pop that down there, I'm really confusing now, aren't I? But you've got your little flowers on the top to decorate. You've got your panel shapes on the bottom, beautiful cut out of paper. And then you've got a little tie. I'll untie this. Sorry, I'll bring it back into focus now. And this is actually the base of your wishing well. So you've got a little box.
It's a good sized gift box.
It is.
On its own.
It is. That's a lovely little jewellery box, isn't it?
Yes, it would be.
And if you've got a nice brooch or something you want to give someone, there it is. But let's talk about the wishing well now. So that's your starting point. So that brings it in. If you look at the base of the wishing well, that is exactly the same size. So I'm not going to tip this too far because if you can see inside, I hold this.
Full of confetti and sweets.
Look at that. And we know we love those chocolates here. So you've seen that the little bucket goes up and down. So turn the two handles and it'll go down evenly. You've also got, sorry, it's me pulling it back. Look at your paneling on the sides.
I love the detail on that side sort of support structure. It's very delicate as well for something that is quite a supportive part of your sort of construction. It's really pretty.
Oh, I think it's gorgeous. This is one of Sue's and she's added vellum, ivy on the top, lots of little flowers.
She's even layered the vellum in the roof as well. So you've got the paper and then the vellum layer underneath. Just to kind of soften it.
That is gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
So that's done with the pattern papers. So what patterns do you get? That's always the next question.
It is, yeah.
So there's our rock, our stone-based. I want to say windmill again. my mind is locked on that. Wishing well.
Wishing well.
Look at this. You could see this in somebody's garden, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
This little bucket, if I can move it out a bit, can you see right inside? It's got to be a Vicky one, I know. Can you see the chains?
Yeah, they're like keyring chains.
They
aren't
are.
They? Yeah.
Vicky uses a lot of this chain then, and that's what she's popped her bucket on.
She's also weighted this little bucket.
I think that's ingenious.
So there's a little penny just stuck in the base of there, just to make it hang and give it a little bit of extra weight. Yeah. Love it.
So you could always cover that penny as well if you wanted to.
It's nice to see a penny in a wishing well.
It is.
It is.
It's how you make
That's
your
your
wish.
luck, isn't it?
Oh, the ivy on this is so pretty.
This is your trellis pattern. So again, paper piece the heart on the side. And you've got your ivy trailing everywhere.
And I love how delicate the flowers in this are. They are the perfect size to add on to the ivy and all of the little leafy sprigs.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Christine's mum, hang on, I'm going to hold this little one. She's had another version of this. So she has made, let me bring that forward.
I'll hold Jack.
Look, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
How divine is that?
So cute with a little pail of water.
Absolutely.
I love this one.
It's so cute.
It is. Absolutely adorable.
We don't have the pattern for the little Jack and Jill,
sorry.
mind. That's Christine's mum's exclusive. So again, she's got the lovely tiling effect on the roof and your rock on the bottom. So that is gorgeous. And she's put a little base on it as well. So the Jack and Jill stand there nicely.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop that up there.
I'll give you Jack back.
I'm going to leave Jack and Jill.
I've got a couple of very pretty ones.
They're having a little bit of a snooze by here now.
So this one is all done with beautiful gold mirror cards. You've got that sort of rock effect on the bottom.
What about a golden wedding anniversary
that would be lovely, wouldn't it? I said it would be really nice to have confetti in these to
absolutely
throw at the end.
Absolutely.
And yeah, all of those leaf and ivy sprays up the side as well. And can I make this one? Can you do it on this one? Yeah, there we go. No, not quite. I will find one.
We have got a couple that turn. Look at this one. The bottom is decorated on this one. So it is, I've been practicing this, sphagnum moss. So again, are we going to move this? I think some of the buckets are moving and I think some of them are glued.
Some of them are glued, yeah.
That one is...
It's a glued one.
I think that's a glued one. But that is so pretty. I love the colour scheme on that one.
I know the bucket on this one works. So if you, depending on how you add the twine, you can get your bucket to properly go up and down on its little beam in the middle as well. So I think with this one, it's just a single piece of twine that you tie in a knot around the middle, and then each end goes to the bucket loop, so it's nice and even, basically.
Yes.
There we go.
What about adding lights?
Oh, I love this.
Look at this one.
It's so pretty.
So there's some twinkly lights in the bottom, all wound.
Up the sides as well.
So pretty.
Bear with,
and then the front then.
Have a lighting moment.
Oh, righty-o. You really need to see this in full effect. Look at that. That is gorgeous.
It's so pretty, and I love that we've got the actual wood grain specialty card on the top of this as well. So you've got all of that lovely texture on the roof and down the side as well.
So pretty.
It really is. I love that one.
And then this one then.
This
is Christine. I had to check it. I knew it was Christine, but I still doubted myself. Look at the little rock design on the bottom, or your stone effect. Christine hasn't used the pattern panels, so if I bring in
that one,
that one's coloured. So a couple of the stones have been coloured in that one to give a different effect. Christine has just used the outcuts on this one and made it as bright as possible.
I love it.
It's beautiful, isn't it? But as well as that, if I move the bucket away, she's popped a lid on her wishing well, so your gift could be hidden away inside.
Yeah.
So that's another lovely effect.
Very clever.
Should we show how to make one?
Let's. So yes, this has fallen to me, this one. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. So there are quite a few pieces that you're going to need for your basic construction. So I have 2 of the side panels, which are from here. We've got a couple of roof pieces, which are these pieces here. And then this bit actually goes over the top of the roof, which is this piece up here.
The roof is really sturdy, isn't it?
It is, yes, it really is. I've got 2 of these pieces. This is going to be the base, and then to add in the lid. So if you want to make the lidded box or to add a lid into your wishing well, you will need a second one of those. And then I have 4 of the side supports. This just helps to give it that little bit of extra sort of rigidity when you're building it. That was a big word, wasn't it?
It was. But you could also put the pattern into one of those as well.
Absolutely. I've got then the pieces for the buckets. You've got your 2 side pieces and the base. And then the little beam bar, the rolly bit, basically.
I don't know what you call it. No, don't look to me for words.
It would be a beam, wouldn't it? Or a bar.
It probably is a beam, isn't it?
Something along those
your winding
lines.
Handle beam.
Exactly that. Yeah, a windy handle.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We'll have a windy handle.
A windy handle.
That's about as much words as you get today.
So you've got the main die cut piece and then 2 ends for that as well. So I'm going to start with the base piece. Make my life a little bit easy. And we have gone with red tape today just to make this nice and quick. So I'm just very quickly going to burnish that so it peels off nicely.
That's one thing we didn't think, did we?
No,
we thought about the tape.
We did. And I'll fold all of that.
Do you want me to fold it?
Yeah, if you could do one of them for me.
Even though this looks complicated, it really isn't.
No, it's not at all. So I'm just quickly folding down all of my score lines.
Should get a little humpback bridge.
Maybe the wishing well is over the end of them.
It could well be. So you've got your bridge there ready.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to put this way around. So I'm going to want to land my glue tab above the line of my sort of decorative swirl here. So I'm going to try and do this cat-handed so I can get it into the camera. Oh, wish me luck. I'm going to pop this just into here. There we go. The first one is the hard one, and then you just go around.
You just roll them, don't you?
Exactly. So this is very difficult to try and do it so this camera can see it with the way around that my hands work. But there we go. It's fine. Hopefully we're there.
I think so.
And again, just pop that down.
This is the quiet bit.
You know, peeling the red liner tape. I'm not as quick as this, as Jodie would be.
Jodie's whipped all the tape off before you've even started, isn't she?
And the difference is I'm piling it neatly on the table here, whereas it would just go over the shoulder, wouldn't it, for Jodie?
That's not possible with Jodie.
So there's my first 4 pieces on there. I'm going to add on, I should probably have added this on first, but there we go. I can probably just about get this on there. So you should have mentioned this to me.
I didn't think about that.
No, neither did I. So don't do what I did. Glue
Pop your
2
second one
side
in.
pieces together first, but that's fine. I can add it back in.
There's always a way.
There's always a way. Just peel it back off. Oh, there we go. And then I can carry on around the side. And I'll make sure I do that one last. There we go. Okay.
There we are. You're right.
I am right. Carry on peeling my tape pieces.
But I think every detail has been looked at with these, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I love the fact that, like you say, you've got sort of the stonework option or the trellis, depending on what kind of look you want. And the fact that you kind of get 2 boxes in one.
Absolutely.
With your full wishing well or the mini box.
Absolutely. But even, like the base of it, it's not a flat base.
No.
It's all being almost like it's carved. It's beautiful.
It really is. I love it.
This is one of Darcy's designs.
It is, yes.
And Darcy loves details, doesn't she?
She does.
Sorry.
You can tell a Darcy die set when it comes in because there's a lot of extra pieces that have gone on there. All of the little details, like you say, have been thought of. I'm covered in red tape now. So I'm going to glue that tab onto that side and then peel off this bit.
And if you were making your little box, this is where you're going to add the lid and you stop.
That's it. It's that simple. So line that one up. Make sure my last tab is on. So there's the base. And as Alison said, if you're adding this then with the lid, so you actually have specifically got these little holes on here and on the lid as well. So all you would do is fold back in your score lines, and we've got a single piece of tape here just to highlight this. So you would glue the one piece of tape on one side, and then your 2 ribbon holes are going to line up then so you can close this, and that is how you would make the mini box. So I'm going to take that away just for a moment and carry on building the structure of my wishing well.
Yes. Not a windmill.
Not a windmill.
No windmills around here.
I'm going to start putting in my side panels, and I'm actually going to glue these inside the box. So I'm going to pop some glue down here.
But if you wanted to, you could put one inside, one outside, couldn't you?
Could, yeah. So if you were doing
you could have
this,
your decoration outside.
you could, absolutely, you could put a second one down the side. I would, if I was making this just as a wishing well without the lid on, I would glue these over the ribbon holes.
Yes.
That's just how I've done it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to add the lid, I'm going to do it one away. Just to make it make sense for myself. So I'm going to pop this.
But if you're popping panels on as well.
That's it, you're going to cover this. You actually have 2 different dies that will cover this for you. So you can see on the die set just here, you've got one that's got the notch. So if you want to have the little ribbon hole available, you do still have the panels that will work for that. There you go, I've got one.
There we are. Oh, let's turn it that way.
There we go.
So there's your notch on the base. Your panel fits around that notch. But again, if you didn't want to use that notch, then you just use a flat panel.
Okay, so the first 2 bases are in. Shall I glue the other 2 on the outside? Let's do it.
You could do it.
Why not? Go rogue.
Absolutely. The only reason we've put 2 layers of the outside is for strength.
That's it. So you can see already these are kind of wobbling a little bit. So by adding another one on, it's just going to make it a little bit stronger because this is going to support the roof.
So what I would say as well would be for your base box, I would go maybe a 240 to maybe 300 GSM for your box, just for your construction, and then your layers then can be at any thickness you want.
That's it. So one inside, one outside, and you can see already this one is now much sturdier than this. So we'll do the same on here. I guess it would depend as well on how many layers you're going to be adding, because obviously if you're adding patterned layers on, then you can go down.
Yes, you can. You can. I think all these, I'm just looking at what have we made these out of. Saying that, scrutinise. No, I think Vicky's used a 300 for that. I'm looking at all the coloured ones. I think this one is actually made with our 216 GSM. But it's all layered. Bring it forward. There we are, talk to myself. This is made, the base of this is made with 216 GSM and the roof is made with craft card. And that is sturdy. All the layers are on there. So each layer here has got 216, 600, 650 nearly around the outside there. Plenty of
good structural integrity for that then.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So next part then, I'm going to pop my roof together. So with these pieces, you've got an extra glue tab. So I'm literally just going to grab myself a nice long pair of scissors, or you could do this on a guillotine or a trimmer, and I'm just going to cut off. Yes, this is the right one. Just before I snip it.
Yes, it is.
Check. And yeah.
Check twice before you cut, isn't it?
Exactly that. Yeah.
What's the term? Measure twice, cut once.
Exactly that. And I'm actually going to glue this on one piece at a time and then glue the 2 together. Just to...
Shall I fold your tabs on the other one?
Yes, if you could do that for me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My glamorous assistant.
Assistant.
Well, just go with the assistant for today.
Aww. Alex, you're being very mean.
There we are.
So, just gonna... Should have done that with my red tape. That was my fault. Burnished it all. I find it easier to peel the strip off.
It does make sense. It really does make sense.
So I'm going to line up this point and the edge of my piece here. Now you actually do cover this roof again. So if anything doesn't quite go right, it's not a problem.
You've got room for error. That's always good, I think, when you've got an extra layer.
Yes, when you can cover your mistakes.
Absolutely.
Because let's be honest, we all make them.
Don't we just? That's what butterflies are made of.
Absolutely, butterflies and flowers and all of those beautiful decorative pieces. We put them in for you to cover up your glue blobs or your ink splotches, anything like that.
I don't think you can be a crafter without having that, though.
No, I don't think you can.
Because at some point we've all done it.
Absolutely we have. Like not folding your score line before you glue your roof on, for example.
And you're never going to put your card in a bin if you can cover it with a butterfly.
Especially, if you're on the final layer.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
Nothing
worse.
That's when you add something. Or a crystal drop. That's always a good one for covering a mistake.
If you need a reason to buy a crystal drop, that's it.
That's it, exactly. Okay, pop one side of this on.
And you can see how fast this is going together as well.
Yeah, for something that looks as amazing as it does, it actually does come together very, very quickly. And then I
know it's not all about speed, but...
No, I think, though, sometimes it's nice to have something that's quick to do, but then you can spend a long time decorating it.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, that's the part we all enjoy the most, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it just? And seeing that end result.
And especially if you were making these as like wedding centerpiece or something, you probably do want something that's going to go together fairly quickly.
Yes.
Oh, they could be favour boxes.
Well, your little ones definitely could, couldn't they?
Yeah. If you put the lid into the base. That would be very cute.
I think so. Or even if you didn't want to make them for the whole of the party, just make them for your bridesmaids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Because you usually get a jewellery gift for your bridesmaids.
You do tend to do that.
So you could hide it in the base.
You could. That'd be really cute, and then they could open it up.
With your confetti.
With the confetti, absolutely. So that's the basic construction of just the wishing well. It now stands up on its own. It does. It has structural integrity. So you have your roof panel that is, like I said, going to hide all of those gluing sins that we have on the roof. So I'm going to pop this on. And this does overhang ever so slightly as well.
So if you look at this, which is the one that we have, this one. The underneath. This is the underneath. This made of vellum.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So it overhangs ever so slightly side to side and also down here as well. So it doesn't matter if you have any, slightly wonky angles or anything like that. It's going to hide it all for you.
And the other bit then, so this has got that piece on is vellum. And then we've got another strip that goes on the top then. If you want to put it, you may not. So that's that one.
Yeah.
There we are. And you can put that in layers.
You can. That's it. There's a couple of them that have got sort of the more shingled roofs, haven't they?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put together...
Without a safety net?
Without a safety net, yes. The bar, beam... What did we call it? Twisty handle bit.
I can't remember. The windy bit.
The windy bit. The windy handle, that's the word. That's the one. So this is going to make just a square handle for you, basically.
But because it's a square, you can do it all flat on the desk. It makes life easy.
And I'm going to bend my outer tabs outwards rather than inwards.
Don't bend them on two sides because you won't get it through the hole.
I won't. Thank you very much. See, there's a good reason for you to be here today. I used to be the one that had the brains and knew what I was doing. But
I must be the brawn today then.
The brain fog is obviously, coming over the desk today.
I can't be lifting.
So I'm going to pop this like so. And like you said, because it is a 4-sided shape, you can
it's so easy.
Glue it flat and then pop it in shape. Boop, just like that. And now I have to try and peel these off, these tiny little bits of tape. That's all right. So I'm going to glue one side on, if I can get this off. There we go. Got it. So
it's either that or glue.
No, I'm happy with tape. That's fine. And I will try and get the bucket on as well, if I can do it upside down in the camera angle, just to show you how to get that to go up and down properly. So I have my 4 glue tabs taken off. I'm going to pop this down. I'm going to try and get this as centered as possible. But again, it doesn't matter because you actually do add another bit over the top. So you have another die, a slightly more decorative one that's going to sit over the top of here. So if you've got it a little bit wonky, it's not a problem. Okay, so this then is going to go through this little hole on the side of here.
This would have been a change of glasses for Karen, I think, for this bit.
Glasses on, glasses on. So right the way through, and it comes out the other side, and then you want to splay out these glue tabs. And now I get to pick all of this off again.
You've all the good bits.
I love and I hate red liner tape. I love how quick it is to glue, but it's this that...
If you're gluing it, we would recommend a wet glue.
Yes.
For longevity.
Absolutely. Any construction, we would say wet glue. We only do red liner tape. I say for speed, but probably it would have been faster for me to glue this. But there we go.
It's just time holding it, I think, isn't it?
There we go. And then I'll pop the other one again straight over the top of there. I'm just going to press against the one that's on the table just to make sure it is nicely glued. So now you can see I have my little twisty handle, windy handle,
turny thing.
Yeah.
And you haven't got a word for it today, Al.
No,
I'm pretty sure it would be a beam, right, above a wishing well. Alex is going to look that up for us while I make a bucket. So,
of course.
If I can ask you to hold those for me.
Absolutely.
I shall pop all my little score lines.
I love the fact you've even got panels that fit the bucket.
Yes, so you do have. So you have a cutout one that's got this little heart on here. I pop it into this camera so you can see, and then you actually have these two that have these beautiful little decorative deboss.
If I bring this one in.
Oh, yes, you can actually see it there because we've got some Louis cardstock.
If I can show. Should we show on the top there?
There we go.
There we are.
You've got
can you see the bucket there?
Decorative deboss from one of these dies on there.
So pretty.
So you've got, again, the stone pattern and also the trellis pattern. So it doesn't matter which one you've kind of gone with.
And there's the other one, I think. Yes, there's the trellis. So if I bring that one in, you can see the trellis pattern. It's really pretty. I love a trellis. It gives you marker points for your crystal drops.
It does, yes. Your droppage.
We love a bit of droppage.
That we do. So I'm going to learn from my mistakes. That's fine. I'm going to learn from my mistakes with the base, and I'm going to glue both sides of my bucket together this time before I start wrapping it around. As long as we learn from our mistakes, that's the important part.
Absolutely. Right? And it still all went together.
It did. Just a little bit of ungluing and re-gluing. Okay, so bucket panel on the side. And then I'm just going to wrap this around the base. Yeah.
Oh, this tape is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it?
I should have stuck with glue.
I know.
It's fine. I'm so used to using glue upstairs now that I am out of practice. I'm going to just move on.
You're a convert though, aren't you?
I am, yes. I used to tape a lot and I have now switched to wet glue instead. There we go, got it.
The reason I changed to wet glue was I found that projects I had made many years ago, I came across them again and they were falling apart. Because obviously the tape had dried out. And I thought, well, that's not what I want.
No, so for things that you want to keep, sort of memory type things, you definitely want wet glue.
Or a mixture.
Yeah, you can do both.
You can.
Yeah.
Good for positioning.
Yes.
And then you've got your wet glue then as your more permanent.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so I've got an answer.
Okay.
Oh, go on then.
Apparently it's called a windlass.
Oh.
Windlass or wineless?
Bucket is a wine glass. It could be wine glass. The bucket is lowered and raised by playing out and pulling in the rope or by rotating the wine glass.
Wine
Right.
glass.
There you go.
There we
Wow.
go. We've learned something today.
And I've got that, believe it or not, from Aquapedia, which is a free open source water, sanitation and hygiene resource.
Wow.
Okay.
There we go. Every day is a school day.
Absolutely. We're all educated today now. You can kind of blow someone's brain with that.
Yeah,
can't
did you know what the bar above a wishing well is called? Well,
It
let me
is
tell
a
you.
wine glass.
A wine glass, not a wine glass, which is what I keep hearing.
That's the bit of the Welshy bit, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it just?
Just a little bit covered in red tape. Okay, last bit. Thank you very much for that, Alex. That was very educational.
We love a bit of education.
And then last bit going over there and also into there.
So again, it's simple, isn't it, putting it together?
It is. There you go, under the bucket. So I'm going to do my very best to show you how to make the bucket wind properly. So I'm going to use a bit of twine.
I can't remember what I did when I made it. I can't remember which one I made.
So if I pop it on the side, I think
It's good for me,
this
isn't
one
it?
is yours here.
Is there? What did I do with that? I've kind of got loads here.
Yes.
I kind of went for Wales. Look at it.
Is that working, Alex? Is that in the right angle for camera?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to pop my twine around and try and get it as centered as possible over my wine glass and tie a knot. Ooh.
My well is ever so deep here.
That really is a very deep well, Al, yes.
Look how far the bucket goes. But it does work.
So I have my knot over my wine glass and I have my two strings that are roughly but probably not quite even. And I'm going to tie each one to a bucket handle.
So it's all I can hear on the mic is the turning.
Oh, can you?
The
Sorry.
winding.
The winding of this.
So try and get this fairly even.
It's not the squeak we had earlier, though.
We had birds before, and now we've got.
And now we have the winder.
There we go. So, in theory now, if I've done this correctly, I should be able to wind this.
And there it goes.
Ta-da! So that was the easiest way that we found to do this. I probably
Absolutely.
put far too much twine on there, but
I
you
think
get the idea.
that was the idea. I had too much time.
So I'm going to pop the bucket right up at the top and just put in the lid just to show you that you can get that in as well if you wanted to. So if you did want to put the lid in
Yeah.
over the base of your well. So I'm going to pop this in over one of the ribbon holes here because then your second ribbon hole will be there for you to close the box. I couldn't think of the words then, Al. Could you tell?
I'd never have guessed.
No.
It's usually me, that is.
I swear, the brain fog is.
I
It
think
must be
we
like a weird cloud that is over here. Or maybe it's just the hunger. Hunger
It's
pangs.
lunchtime.
Yeah, it's getting
Can you
close to
tell?
lunchtime
It
now,
is.
isn't it?
Hunger pangs are setting in. There we go. So tuck in all of your little glue tabs and then you can see that your ribbon holes will line up so you can then tie that close. I mean, I probably should have done it in the middle, but I did it to one side.
Doesn't matter.
And there is my basic construction of a wishing well.
but can't wait to see your makes with this.
Make sure you tag us across social media. I love seeing everything that people are putting out there.
Oh, me too.
So much inspiration.
Your imagination just blows me away. You know, we have one idea, but you have millions of ideas. And we love to see you sharing them with everyone.
Exactly. You know, we make them for packaging. You know, we've done our bit.
We have.
And then I see everyone else is like, I want to make that again.
Yes.
I've got new ideas again. So
Yeah.
it really does bring inspiration out in all of us as well.
I think so. So thank you for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed. See you again soon.
Happy crafting.
Bye.